And we're back for another exciting edition of 30 Minutes with Emilio Sparks. Things inside the Actors Studio with James Lipton and center stage with Michael K. I got in the building. I got Bay Area legend, probably one of the originators of the hypey movement, Mistah Fab.
Yo, what's going on, man? How you doing, sir?
You know, I gotta tell you one thing. I've noticed, I don't know, a maturity about you now.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there was more, like you always had, and this is what I respected about you. There was this airiness to your hip hop. You had fun. You didn't take it too seriously. You knew what your talents were, and you were real popular in what you did. But you always had this, like, you know what, man, I'm just glad that I'm a rapper, and I get to do this, and I get paid.
Right.
At what point in your career, because you've been around for a minute, did you go, you know what, man, let's put the grown man beard on, and let's grow up a little bit?
I think, man, over the course of someone's life, man, you realize, man, that growth becomes, growth is inevitable, man. From a physical point of view. Mentally, there are a lot of people who stay stagnated and they remain in a certain realm that's to their liking. When you grow up around certain things, you realize, man, you outgrow certain people. And there were certain things that I was involved in and indulging in that I felt like I started to outgrow as my life became, the issues that I was dealing with became more serious, more severe, man. You know, I lost my mother, my best friend. And watching her die from cancer, and then having my daughter, you start maturing, man. You start realizing, man, that you can't stay young forever.
How's Mistah Fab the dad? Because you're talking about a change in society, and I think the greatest gift a parent can ever do is really raise their child to be a real proper, adult in adulthood, where they're not a fuck up. Right. You know what I mean? And they're actually a conscious individual with responsibilities and morals and stuff like that. So how's Mistah Fab the dad?
Stanley, the dad, is great. I love my daughter,
How old is she?
She's 3. I love her. And for the first time, outside of my mother, this is the only person that I love more than myself.
Do you spoil her?
Of course.
Did you watch all the TV shows with her, like Doodle Bops and Blue's Clues?
Blue's Clues, SpongeBob, Kylan, Upside Down Show,
it's crazy.
It's everything, and then what's worse is you find yourself watching it when she's not even there.
Exactly. It's crazy.
You sit up, watching my fairy godparents, and you're like, yo, this is crazy.
I have a 7-year-old goddaughter, and when I do babysit for her, she's like, Uncle Sparks, let's watch Phineas and Ferb. And so I sit there and I'm watching Phineas and Ferb and I'm looking at her and I'm like, Gracie, this is really good actually. Like, did you get the joke that they did? Last week, they dropped like a snow globe and they made a Rosebud reference.
Right.
And that was from Citizen Kane. She didn't get it, but I'm laughing. I go, this cartoon is brilliant.
No, SpongeBob is not for kids. I don't care what nobody say. SpongeBob is not for kids. SpongeBob talks about weed, getting high, drunk, like everything. SpongeBob is crazy.
So that way, when I come and visit you in the Bay Area, we can just go eat at the food trucks like kings. Because it was amazing. Yeah. Like the food trucks out there.
Oh yeah, all the food, taco trucks and all that stuff is crazy.
I love the fact that you can get tacos on a truck, and I'm a germaphobe, so I don't really like to eat any cart food up here, like dirty water dogs or nothing like that. I don't fuck with that stuff. But when I was down there, man, my boys were like, dude, empanadas,
you're crazy.
Do it. I was like, are you serious? It's a food truck. I go, this doesn't have a grade or anything, because in New York, like, you go into the restaurants, A's, B's. I go, all I do is eat A's. They go, no. Go. Yeah, and then I had the empanadas. I was like, it changed my life forever.
The best food is on the, what I'm saying? Some of the best food is the taco trucks and burrito trucks and, some of the soul food spots that, there's no grades.
But I think that's why the Bay is so eclectic and so rich in culture, because it's a melting pot of everything.
Definitely. It's always has been,
But, growing up, I was a big fan of the Bay Area, you know what I mean? And LA hip-hop in general. Like, the first album I think I ever bought, well, there was 2. But, like, it was Wu-Tang, of course, because I'm from Staten Island. Right. And then the next one was Souls of Mischief. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, 93 Till Infinity.
I got the Hyro shirt on right here, man.
And it changed my life forever, completely. It was to the point where I needed to be fully engrossed in what LA hip-hop was and what West Coast hip-hop was. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I needed to be entrenched in it. And, and then there was so many artists that I got opened up to. And I had, like, cousins out there that would send me tapes. Right. And just send me tapes, and they would tell me about like Bay Area hip hop or whatever. So for those that don't know, because a lot of East Coast dudes like myself, if you don't have like that older figure to push you
Right.
into knowing what you have to do, like musically wise, then you're just stuck in New York wise. Like,
Right.
so explain this Bay Area sound, because you also growing up, you said that you were a big New York fan too.
Definitely.
So explain both.
I was raised like where I would be at school, man, with like pants leg up, New York hat, like it's like, yo, you're not from the East Coast. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I'm like, yo, y'all bugging. Like, I just was raised on, like, I was so into Wu-Tang. I was so into, you know what I'm saying, Ghostface and Helter Skelter, and you know what I mean. I was bucked down. Like, I was crazy in a buckshot, and I was like, yo. Black Moon, and I was like, you know what I'm saying, I was a hip hop head, like, and it was crazy to me. But growing up in the Bay Area, man, we invented independent game. We invented because there was no labels there. Like when you had LA, you had all the labels that was in LA, and you had all the labels that was in New York, but we had no labels. We had no major labels that was trying to sign people. So cats was like, yo, fuck it, I'ma just do my own thing, and therefore you have cats like Too Short and E40. Spice One, and many people who opened up the door, man, for the independent game, and they held it down, and they made money independent until labels start coming to them. And you're seeing that now all over the country and all over the world, where people are pressing up their own stuff and doing their own thing. And when you look at a group like Hyro, they coined what the terminology of West Coast hip hop. Like, they gave West Coast hip hop an identity. And until this day, they're still able to tour. They're still able to go around the world.